she told me about this problem. Basically, a new tube station was being built under her home in East London. And that meant that all of the sewer rats from beneath the ground rose to the surface, because even they were disgusted by the construction workers down there. They came up and partied in everyone's house in East London. Everyone was infested with rats. And Alison said she was sleeping and she could hear just like hundreds of rats scuttling about everywhere. She turned on the lights. Mass hysteria. We're not talking just a little mouse problem that you see once a week. We're talking when she got up in the morning and opened her door into the living room, the place had been trashed by rats. And she got pest controllers in to lay out rat bait all over the house. And she had to go off on tour, came back, and the rats had moved all of the bits of rat bait from around the house into the one place in the middle of the family room. It's like something from Blair Witch. It's like really weird. It's like, seriously? She's like, yeah, they'd moved them all and eaten them. And there were these piles of rat bait packets in the middle. And they, of course, went off and died in the rafters and in the basement somewhere. And obviously skanked the joint out big time. She came back in after another few days away, and she noticed like a single blowfly flying around the house. And she walked into her family room and said, "Oh, that's weird." And she noticed the room was a lot darker than it usually is during the day. And she looked up at her skylight, which was like this 3 foot by 6 foot thing, and it was totally blacked out by blowflies. Basically, maggots had grown on the rats and then turned into blowflies. And she went up on a step ladder with a can of Morphine and started spraying, and was bucketed down in this kind of biblical shower, much like Brisbane just had. But instead it was hailstones of blowflies like all over it. My jaw dropped. It's like, okay, this is possibly the best story I've ever heard in my life. And it happens to fit perfectly into 3 verses. It's like, we've got to do this. I'm going to write this song. When I got home from touring that time, I felt really sick and disgusting. You brace yourself not to get sick on a tour, and I got home and did. I absolutely, got the flu, and I felt so good. It's like I also then went. I'm not very good at being a patient, being sick and incapacitated. So then I tried to do some domestic chores around the house, and I went to change a light bulb, and it smashed in my hand. And I got a big cut on my hand, so I was bleeding. I had snot through my mustache. I had lint in my belly button. It's like, this is so gross. The grossest I've ever been in my life. And that's what reminded me of the story Alison told me. And that's when I wrote the song, gave her a call. She said she'd do the number, and that's basically what the hell I'm doing here. So thank you to Alison for all of that. I'm going to play the song that inspired that first track. It's called Unwelcome Company. As my head hit the pillow with a gentle blow, as the room smoothly turns into dreams I flow, the gentle patter of angels' toes circle round my bedside and brush against my nose. I rose from my slumber to investigate the sound, to find all my clothes have been thrown all around. It seems these angels had malicious intent, a glutton's appetite and a putrid scent. Sun wasn't right, sharp in the glow, the door
coastline. It was a moving sea of light. Everywhere I go, follow me. Everywhere I go, follow me. Everywhere I go, follow me. Come with me. Hey, yeah. I turned and I twisted till 8:30. I couldn't wait to place the rapper's rat bait until they all lay dead on the basement floor. And once again I could see once more the man is saying if all the angels out and roll. It was a moving sea of red. Hey! Everywhere I go, follow me. Everywhere I go, follow me. Go with me. Thank you so much for having me.
One more photo for the crew in the flight lounge. So, here we go. Can you all see souls, alright? Here we go. Say hi to everyone. That's good. Perfect. Thank you guys.
I thought you were just taking a photo of the wall there for a second.